There are so many opportunities that come from data, and there's so much to be learned in terms of priority and focus, so it's very easy to understand what are the most important web pages on a website and then go and fix that. But I think that's very different from a creative concept that is going to change the way a consumer thinks about a brand. And I do think there's a culture of what I call Scientism, which is that every single problem can be solved by looking at backwards data, looking at what happened and modelling it. And I think that's not the same as true creative thinking. So I'm therefore a big defender of out-of-the-box creative thinking, because I think you can really be brave with that. I think if you stick with data, there's a tendency to reflect averages and very safe thinking, whereas a truly creative agency will often take the client outside of their comfort zone. And I think if we forego that in favour of data and scientism, then I think we will miss out. So 5 years ago, you might have thought of a specialist as being a pay-per-click agency. I think the interesting thing that's happened within digital is that many media channels have converged. So the marketplace for display advertising and the marketplace for paid search ads is broadly similar, and it's broadly aligned. So as media start to converge, then I think what used to be the specialist that did one thing can now increasingly do a whole number of things. And then the interesting shift on that is to what extent other channels will fall in line. So you could think of there being biddable activity and creative or brand activity. So where does TV fit in that? So when TV becomes fully biddable, then I'd argue that it can comfortably occupy the biddable zone. So that'll be another thing that the specialist could do. So I think there are kind of two buckets, and those buckets are sort of getting bigger, or at least the performance and the biddable side is getting bigger. And I think anyone that can address that, call them generalists or specialists, will grow.